Tonight I have paid a large amount of money to sleep with a pride of lions. They will be just inches away from me and have an unobstructed view of my bed all throughout the night. I've never done anything like this before and I probably never will again, so I thought I'd bring you guys along for the ride, so sit back and enjoy the experience. Ladies and the gentlest of men, welcome to today's video where I am extremely excited, so much so that I've actually worn a shirt for the occasion. I've never in my life spent this much money on just one night's accommodation, but a few months ago I had a video on the channel do really well. It did 1.4 million views. Thank you, by the way, everyone who watched that. But I've reinvested the money that I generated from that video into today's video. It's only about 10 minutes away, so I'm going to head there now, drop my bags off with the reception and then have a little explore and see what it's all about. Right, I have arrived at the safari park. Apparently there's a private car park for me, so I need to find the signs for that. All right, yeah, here we go. Look, Safari Lodges parking. Oh, don't even need to speak to them and the barriers have just raised up. Right, let's go and find the old reception, shall we? Yeah, I'm here to check in.
This is your park map and you are staying in Kruger, so that's the Lion Lodge.
Got the key, yeah,
Wait,
and
you got your map?
2 PM I'll be at the lodge.
All good to go?
Perfect, thank you so much. Yeah, I've got like a golden wristband thing. I don't know how.
There's lodges.
Yeah, do I just come through with that?
You just need to put it on.
Yeah, oh, that's fine. So I've been instructed that I have to wear my magical VIP golden wristband at all times. It's basically an all access pass. So between now and 2 PM when I check into the main event, I'm just going to be wandering about, looking at some of the animals, maybe going to get something to eat. What the hell is going on there? Correct me if I'm wrong, but that is not real. God, look, there's another one in the hedge, and this one genuinely is real, I can tell. It's got a pulse. It has a pulse. Whoa! That was close. There's another one. Okay, this is more like it. I found an African walking trail. I think I've got about an hour and a half to kill before I can get into the lodge. So hopefully a little stroll around here will pass most of that time. So I found some of the other lodges. Those are the hippo lodges. There's all sorts that you can choose to stay in. The lion one that I'm staying in is, I reckon, the best. It's booked up for like months in advance. I booked this like 3 months ago, I think. But yeah, there are other options. In fact, I say it's the best. I think the elephant one might be the best, but I went with the lion. I might have to come back and do the elephant one. It says it's this way, actually. Should we go and have a look? So I'm pretty sure this one here is the elephant lodge. So obviously that's your accommodation. And then there's a decking bit there. In fact, I can just about see through the gap in the fence. There are some animals knocking about. They look pretty huge. I can only see like a slither of them. So it turns out that lodge that I could see through the gate of was actually the rhino lodge. I have managed to find access to the back of the elephant lodge. It looks incredible. Just imagine waking up there, having your breakfast on that decking. That is unbelievable, and it's something that I have to do at some point. And then because I've been given access to all of the locked gates with a special code, I have been able to enter this bit, which are some more lodges. I don't know exactly what they are, but we can have a little look around. Obviously I can't go in them, people are booked to stay in there, but we can check them out from the outside. So this is obviously the sort of entrance area and your own little decking spot. Over the back there's a nice little view that you can look out on, and in front of me, oh look at what I've seen, white lions. I tried to see these from the other side but I couldn't get a view. There's one right there, look at him go. Okay, so I'm guessing this lodge is the White Lion Lodge. Oh, hang on, I didn't even realise there's one right down there. Look at that, we're so close to him. That's amazing, and there's another one right there, having a little kip in the sun. So I've basically got a little free look at the White Lion Lodge. I was tempted to book this one, it was cheaper as well. Right, let's hope my VIP code gets me out of here as well as in. Otherwise we're going to get trapped and I'll have to call for help. Oh no, we're good. So I don't think there's much more left of this African trail. We must be getting near to the end, but also we must be getting close to 2 PM. Well, I'm outside the Lion Lodge gate now. It's 20 to 2, but I'm just going to try and check in early. As long as they've tidied up the room and put my bags in there, it's ready to go, right? Right, so my lodge is one called Kruger. I think there's like 2 or 3 separate lodges here. There we go, look at the signpost. So there's 4 of them. Kruger is this way. So that is the first one. This is the second one. Kruger. The key to Kruger. Alright, I can see my bags are already inside through the window there, so we should be good to go. Let's just take my shades off so I can see what's going on. Oh wow, this is amazing. Check this out. So, over to one side we've got a nice kitchen area, oven, we've got a microwave, obviously the sink and all that. Outside here is access to my deck. I'll get to that later. I don't know what this is in here. A tiny door, it's just a little storage cupboard. And then back through into the main living quarters. Wow, look at that. That's our viewing platform to the lions. This is absolutely incredible. All right, so there's a sofa over here. I thought that window was right next to the bed. Maybe there's another one in the bedroom. We'll go and check that out. But even if there's not, what an amazing place to look out at the lions. As of yet, there's none in my view, but there will be, obviously. We're here for a long time. And I've heard that they patrol the perimeter, so hopefully they'll come right past the window soon. All right, we've got this room here, which is... Oh, there he is. Look at that. Right at the end of my bed, we've got the lion window. This is going to be mental. So next to the bedroom, we've got another room here. I don't know what this is. Oh, that's the toilet. So we've got a toilet and a shower in one. God, that is a nice big shower as well. And then the final room is in here, and that is, oh, it's a double bedroom. Oh, wait a sec. It's also, what is up here? A ladder. That's another bed. Yeah, that bed up the top there doesn't have the best of views, but I suppose that's where you can just chuck the kids if you've got a family. They don't need to see the lions. Yeah, you've got these two beds with a decent view as well. There's quite a gap though between that and the window. Whereas in my master bedroom, there is no gap whatsoever. My feet, or maybe even my head if I choose to sleep at this end, are literally going to be next to the lions. Oh wait, I've seen one. There's a lion. He's chilling up there in the shade. Okay, that makes a lot of sense as to why they're not all out. Obviously, they don't like sitting in the heat of the sun. So later on when the sun goes down, that should be our opportunity to have them around here. It's a shame he hasn't come down into this patch of shade down here though. That would be incredible if he was right there. But yeah, this is unbelievable. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm extremely hot. I need to take some of these layers off and just chill out for a little bit on the bed. I will have the camera at the ready, so if anything comes along, obviously I'll show you that. But in the meantime, I'm just going to chill out for about 30 to 37 minutes. I am back in the room. I'm feeling refreshed. Do you know what? I've been absolutely loving laying in that bed, looking at her at the lions. One of them's so funny, right? He keeps moving positions and he just wanders along a few paces and then he just drops to the floor like he's been shot. So that's been making me laugh. And at one point he'd had enough of being in the shade. He wanted a bit of sun. So he stepped out, flopped down again. But this time he decided he was going to suntan his unmentionables. But I've really enjoyed just watching them chilling out and being lazy. They're even more lazy than me, which is brilliant. But yeah, obviously as the sun goes down in a bit, God, I didn't realise that. Got a nice big TV there and a fireplace underneath. So you can take a seat there, watch the TV and keep an eye on the pride. But yeah, something else I wanted to point out actually, it's hard to get the camera to focus on it. I don't know, you might be able to see it, you might not, but basically there's scratches all down the outside of this window, loads of them, all top to bottom. So I'm assuming that's where at some point the lion has seen people in it and tried to break his way through to eat them, because there's literally every window has just got scratches all the way along it. But if that happens to me later, I'm going to be so happy. I'd absolutely love to see that. Before I checked in, they give you a menu that you can choose all your food from for this evening's meal, and then a menu for the breakfast as well. I selected my meal. I mean, there was quite a few bits to choose from. It was all sort of the posh gaff food. So for my starter, I chose hummus and crudité. And then for my main, I chose Asian chicken, which is pan-fried chicken breast in a chili and ginger Asian sticky sauce served with pak choi, tender stem broccoli, and braised rice. But what I didn't realise, so I thought that meal for this evening was going to be in like the restaurant or they deliver it here, but apparently not. It is already in the fridge and I have to warm it up. Not only is it already in the fridge, that's the main there, that's the dessert, and this I believe is the starter with the hummus. I don't know what that is. But as you can see, I have 2 of everything. That's because, like I say, you can only book this for a minimum of 2 people, so I'm assuming that they thought I was with company. Hang on. Is that 2-headed lion? I've made a discovery, an actual, genuine scientific discovery. Breathtaking. So I'm going to go to the main bit of the park, hopefully find a bottle of beer or 2 that I can bring back here, and then we can settle in ready for our lion watching evening. Right, how does this work then? Oh, look, we've got host 1 and host 2 written up there. Oh, it's ringing. I'm in the Kruger Lodge, and I was speaking to somebody who was in the park, just a member of staff, saying that it was possible to get what she called a limo which would come pick me up and take me to the other end of the park, I believe. All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Hello, your escort's here, my
Yeah,
love.
thank you so much.
Okay, no problem. So do you want me to take you to the Dino Cafe?
And it's just pull shut, does it?
Just that's it. Lovely job. It's a beautiful place, isn't it?
It is. How long have you worked there?
I've worked here for 3 years, so I'm the supervisor of the lodges.
Oh, right.
So yeah, 3 years, best job ever.
But for the lions, I notice obviously they're all sort of hiding in the shade at the moment.
Yeah.
Is there a certain time that's best to see them coming past the
So
lodge?
they're very active around the afternoon,
Right, okay.
evening.
Yeah, because I didn't want to miss them, which I thought I'd come out now into the park. Because,
Yeah.
you know, it's
Yeah,
still
it's
sunny
probably
and I think they're
best.
hiding, and then
Yeah,
probably spend the rest of the time in the lodge. to be
and they
honest.
roar all nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
literally.
here's a question. So on the outside of the glass, there's all sorts of scratch marks.
Yes.
Is that from them? Or is
Yes.
that... It is?
It is.
I thought it was.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's amazing, and they'll jump up at the windows.
That's what I want to say.
Yeah. So when the housekeepers are hoovering as well, they'll chase the hoover.
Really?
Yeah. It's,
So
it
they
is
can
amazing.
clearly see me through the glass.
Yeah.
Okay.
So your Dino Cafe's there.
Right, okay. Well, I'll have a wander in there. If they don't
Yeah.
sell beer, I will... There's a restaurant somewhere as well, is there?
Yes. So if you go down that bit there,
Right.
it's in the middle of the park.
Okay, excellent.
All right.
Well,
no
look, thank you so
problem.
much.
Okay. Take care.
Enjoy the rest of your day. Well, I
And
may
you.
see you again if I feel lazy.
You might do.
Have a good
See
one.
you later.
See you
Thank
later. What a lovely lady. Right, she's dropped me here. Let's go in and hopefully we'll get some closed beers, because I don't want to drink them here. I want to drink them back in the lodge a little later on. Look, they do beer on tap. Oh yes, there's bottles in the fridge. How much are the bottles of Peroni? Oh, is that Peroni Zero? Right, so they've only got bottles of a non-alcoholic beer in there, or beer on tap, so that's no good to me. They said there's another place that should sell bottles of Corona, so I'm going to head there. Hopefully we'll get some. I'll tell you what, I've had some funny looks walking back through the park carrying this. People thought it was a dead lemur or something. They don't usually do takeaway beers, so they had nothing else to give me. Anyway, I'm back at the lodge and we've got a major issue. I've forgotten the code. It was written on a piece of paper, that's what I was reading it off earlier. There's no way of calling them from here either. Yeah, that's opening, there we go. Perfect, thank you so much mate, appreciate that. Right, that man came to the rescue, luckily he was only around the corner. But yeah, I'll have to remember to take that code with me next time. But we are officially back. Right, I'm hoping the lions haven't moved, because if they have, it means we might have missed them coming down past the window. And, oh, they have. They've gone. Oh, they're right here. That means we literally have missed them coming out. In fact, now's the good time to go out to the decking, because they're right by my deck. Okay, look. There they are. God, look at that. They can't get much closer than this. That is incredible. Right, we've got a couple there. And then we got this one here. In fact, now I need to go back inside. I cannot believe what we are witnessing. Look at him. This is incredible. This is the best thing that's ever happened to anyone, ever. Look at it. He is literally about 4 inches away from me. That is insane. Right, he's going to the bedroom. He's going to the bedroom. This is epic. He's just wandered on by my room. But still, that is amazing. I was going to say I'm gutted that I went out at that time, because they obviously came past once, but it doesn't matter. We've got to see them. They've left for now. So let's go out and show you that decking area properly and then put the beers in the fridge. So yeah, basically we have this really nice swing chair, so we can set that in motion, and then later on we can relax here with a beer, and look who showed up. Our little lion friend. In fact, you know what? Since I've just had a lion within a few inches of me, I think I'm going to celebrate by cracking open one of these beers before dinner. Laying on the bed, relaxing and looking at my new 4-legged friends. So I decided to shift myself to the outside area. Ignore that for a minute, because that is irrelevant compared to what I'm about to tell you. I have discovered that one of those lions, possibly 2 of those lions, are not, strictly speaking, straight. So I just saw some questionable activity. I hit record and tried to zoom in as quick as I could, but they'd literally just finished the deed when I hit record. And then once again he appeared to flop over to one side and then decided to expose himself to myself and anyone else who's watching from the other side of the park. Now I've checked and double checked. All of those lions up on the top of the hill there are male. So can some lion expert let me know in the comments, is that normal behaviour? Well, I've just found this feature on the TV called Animal Cam, so it's flicking through all the different cameras around the whole safari park, so that's pretty cool. You can keep an eye on all the animals even though you're not there. One of them's standing up. He might be about to do the deed. He's laid back down again. The deed was not done. Yeah, look, in this light you can see these scratches a bit more as well. That's on the outside of the glass, like I say, and that is from the lions. Hopefully they'll be doing that later when they want to play with me as their new lion friend. Right, so I've got my starter ready. A guy's just come along and delivered a bag of fresh bread, which is nice. And then I've got my hummus. Obviously we're going to get rid of the leaves. For those who don't know, I am an extremely fussy eater, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. But I am a fan of a bit of hummus with fresh bread. That is good hummus. At least I've got 2 portions of this, so if I don't like the main course, I could just tuck right into the other one of these. Right, let's give this main course a go, shall we? In there. I don't even know how long for, but we're just going to whack it on. Well, I did 2 minutes total, and I've separated the plate into bits I most certainly won't eat over here, and the rest of it I should eat with no problem. I'm just going to try a bit of the chicken on its own to start with to see what flavour we're working with. Bit cold, but nice. I like it. I like it a lot. I can taste ginger and some sort of mild sweet spice. That's probably about as far as my explanation of the culinary delight goes. I gave it another blast in the microwave, and I gotta be honest, that was actually incredible. Compliments to the chef. That chicken was amazing. But this is the bit I'm mainly looking forward to, the banoffee pie, which I've just fully enjoyed consuming on my swinging chair, and now I've cracked open another ice cold beer. There's only one thing left to do, and that is kick back, relax, and wait for my lion friends to approach. Mayday, mayday, the lion is on the move. I've just been doing a bit of work on the laptop, but he's on the move and I can actually hear him roaring out there. Don't know if you can hear him. He's over the back there. God, that is amazing. Look at that. You can see the scratches so clearly now. Look how many there are. Literally, I cannot wait. If that happens, I'm going to be so excited. Right, I'm back in my room now. I've got the best vantage point. What the hell is going on? Is that alright? Yeah. Right. Where were we? I'm back in my room. I've got the best vantage point of the one that's down the edge there, and I can still see the ones that are at the top. So I'm going to continue doing my work. But do not worry, we will not miss a thing. Okay, we've got one of the ones from the top coming down to join his little mate. He's been roaring at him, and that was obviously a signal to come on over. And that is another one up and about, so I'm pretty sure they will be down here soon. They have to be. I read online that they sleep for 16 to 20 hours a day. Most of that is during the day as well, when it's really sunny, like we've seen. And I think they become most active around about now, and then also when the sun comes up in the morning. Come on, lion mate. I just want to be friends. Come and see me. Would you like a beer? It's a Corona. It's cold. I've got a fresh one in the fridge. Oh yes, that seems to have done the trick. The other one's perked up. Oh, look at that. Why can't I be friendly with them like that? So they're willing to be friendly with each other, but not with me. Oh, look at that. How adorable. And down he goes again. They're literally now just outside there, on top of that little sort of hut thing. Right, Mr. Lion, this is your last chance. I've got an ice cold beer in here with your name on it. 5, 4, 3... Would you believe it? Right, I think I'm just going to sit in this middle room with the fireplace roaring, no pun intended, and I'm going to keep an eye on them because we are losing daylight. If they don't come up real close tonight before it gets dark, I will be getting up at 4:30 in the morning at first light. Do not you worry. I cannot believe how close he is, look at it. Right, there's literally a lion right here. This is insane. Where's my other camera? Okay, we have finally got the wish. The lion is right there. So I know you can't see me very well, but I'm keeping the lights off in case another one comes. Basically, I was sat there, I didn't have any chance to get the camera properly or anything because he come straight past the glass. He wasn't like, he didn't come down from far. I don't know how he got round the back. Maybe it's a different one. Maybe it's not part of the free. But literally, he just came like an inch away from the glass and walked past. I missed that bit on camera. Well, I think I might have just caught the tail end of him. And then luckily he turned around and he came back. But now, I don't know if you can see him properly, but he's just sort of sat there watching that TV through that person's lodge window. Now, I know you can't see anything, but I'm now sat against the glass on the end of the bed. That is my little head floating about in the middle of the screen as a silhouette there. Wait a sec, that sounds close. Where the hell is he? Where literally is he? Is he at the other window? I don't know where he is. No, it's this one surely. No, what about outside? He's... It's even more mental now that it's that dark out there because it's like you can hear them. That one was real close, but I couldn't see him. He must have been stalking something in all the long grass and that. But it's crazy now because if you do see something, it's just like this silhouette that wanders by the window. But yeah, as you can see, there is a massive blind that comes down there over the window at the end of the bed so that you can stop the lions from looking in. But I'm going to leave that blind wide open because every time I open my eyes during the night, I want to be able to have a quick look over at the window and see if there's anything there. It's a bit of a weird thought though. If you think about it, there could literally be a lion coming along there and I'd have no idea. He can be staring at me when I sleep, licking his lips and dreaming of feasting upon my pancreas. But that is what I signed up for and I absolutely love the idea of it, to be honest. It's going to be so weird if I open my eyes and there's just a massive silhouette staring at me. But that's the kitchen lights out. The last one to turn out is the bedroom light and I will catch you guys in the morning. Good morning people, it's currently 9 AM, but I did get up at 4:30 AM and I do have some incredible videos as evidence. The lions at the moment, they're just chilling up the back there, but it's 9 AM, checkout is in an hour. I've got to tidy everything up and they've delivered my breakfast. And we have, we got double again, I forgot about that. I'm probably only going to want one, in all fairness. And I think the chair outside here is the place where we're going to sit. Right, what are we working with here then? This is a cheese and bacon croissant. And first impressions dictate. Not too shabby. Anyway, the story. So, there I was asleep in the bed. 4:30 AM, my alarm goes off. Now I have my camera and my phone next to me right there. First of all, I thought, I don't even know if I want to open my eyes. I was that tired. I was like, no, I will regret it if I don't. So I opened up my eyes, grabbed my camera, and I just wanted to get a shot of the sort of window area and what it looked like laying in my bed. But this is what I saw. I could not believe my eyes. I was literally fast asleep about 20 seconds previously. So to see that as the very first sight was absolutely incredible. That was then followed by another alarm clock, but this time it was not my phone, it was a natural alarm clock. And I'll tell you something, that beats any cockerel any day. What an experience that was. So I sat up on the end of the bed and had a proper little look around, and it turns out the lions were sleeping right here in front of me, which explains why last night when I was trying to get some sleep, their roars were so loud. Obviously I couldn't see where they were at the time, but they were literally just beyond that log there. So I just laid in bed and enjoyed them for a bit. One of them was doing a perimeter check, so he was walking back and forth a few times, but then all of a sudden they were over like in that direction there. They started running, and I was thinking, what's going on? Are they running to get food? Have they just been fed? Maybe the zookeeper's coming or something like that. They were making their way up to the top, so I thought definitely there's going to be some sort of food up there for them. But no, they all just fancied having a bit of a run, followed by a bit of a ruck. But I think that was just a display to assert their dominance over each other. And I think it's safe to say that one particular lion came on top. Questionable behaviour indeed. But after that they did all settle down and had a bit of a kip, so I got myself some sleep as well for another 2 or 3 hours, and here I am, fresh, wide awake, ready to enjoy my lions for the last half an hour before I check out. That was an amazing experience. I'm going to give you a little overview at the end of the video, but there's one last thing to do, and that is to go on safari.
Keep left.
Perfect.
Okay, that's lovely.
Thank you so much. And just like that, we are in. We are off on an official safari drive. And we have our first friend. Hello, friend. I don't understand why people don't call those things newspaper stallions. Oh, look, more stuff here. I don't know what on earth these are. Steroid deers. Look at the size of the horn on that one. Absolutely insane. Look at it. I've heard he ate a bus for breakfast. Oh, he did. Look at it, ejecting out the rear. The rarest and most beautiful of all the safari animals. The humble pigeon. There's lions right there on a rock. Look at them, just chilling out there. This is a genuine safari now. Look at him, just chilling out there on the side of the rock. Oh, I thought it had come to an end, but there's another little bit, and I can see in the distance a baby rhino. Look at him, he is amazing. He doesn't even look real. Look at him go. He's only about the size of 7 of those crows. These things are absolute machines. They literally don't look real. They look like they're made of some sort of plastic moulding. Insane. But look at the little baby one. He's well good. I think I'd name him Stumpy. What an absolute beaut. And finally we have an elephant over to the left there with a tusk load of hay. What an absolute amazing way to end this experience. But the big question, how much did I pay for the lodge and that entire experience? It pains me to say this. It was £890. Now, the first question you might have is, why would anyone pay that? But they are genuinely booked up all the time, so obviously a lot of people do. And honestly, if a magical angel could come down right now and say, right, you can have your money back, reverse time, and don't do that experience, I would say no, I want to go ahead and do it again, because I think it was worth it. It was a one-off, unique experience, certainly something I won't forget. Waking up with those lions roaring, walking right past my window was absolutely incredible. So if you enjoyed this video, the main way that you can help is by obviously liking, commenting and subscribing and all that, but sharing the video. Stick it on WhatsApp, send it to a friend, put it on Facebook, ask people the question, would you want to stay here? Anything you can to share it, that will help, because then YouTube will push it further for me. I really, really hope you enjoyed this one, because it was one of my favourite videos I've ever filmed and one of my favourite experiences I've ever had. Thank you guys once again, and I'll catch you on the next video.